Hello and welcome again to another educative video. In this video, we are going to discuss how to write introduction of data charts IELTS Writing Task 1 Academic. Yes, in this video, we are going to focus on data charts because in IELTS Academic Task 1, we also get process diagrams and maps. This video simplifies the art of writing introductions for IELTS Writing Task 1 Academic data charts, like I said earlier as well. So, writing an accurate, impactful, and flawless introduction is crucial because it sets a tone and creates a very first impression in the examiner's mind. So let's learn how to write a precise and error-free introduction for IELTS Academic Task 1 data charts. All right, let's begin with how these IELTS Task 1 data charts questions look like. And the one is there on your screen. You can see. What do you see there? Number one, you see some information right here. We have information, and we have like instructions. These are the instructions. 20 minutes limit, and yeah, word limit. So duration is given here, but in between there is information. Here we go. This says information, and this says the pie charts represent the outcome of a study examining the preferences of boys and girls while opting for different activities in their free time. So this is what the information says. And there are two pie charts. You can see sometime one pie chart will be there, sometime two, sometime more can be there. You can see there is a percentage shown here. It's very small, I think, but anyways, it says like around 15% or 30% boys they play cricket, and then around 15 to 16% play computer games. So this is the percentage of boys who basically are involved or indulge in different sports and recreational activities, while the another pie graph basically depicts the percentage or the proportion of girls who are basically who participate, or you can say who take part in different activities. So understanding the graph is extremely important. Now interesting thing is the same data can also be represented through a table. You can see there same thing. The first one, actually this one, it is not written here, but anyways, this is for the boys and this is for the girls, same thing. So same data and everything is given here, right? This can also be represented through bar graphs and line graphs. You can see here this is bar graph, and both graphs saying the same thing as the pie graph says. And you can see here like different percentages, percentages of the percentage of boys involved in different activities. You can see the those activities: cricket, carom, soccer, computer games, music, drama, reading, and art. Some of those activities are common, like reading. However, there is a huge difference in the percentage. Art is there, but there's a huge difference, so you can make comparisons later on while writing the body paragraphs. Computer games is also common, so few common activities, few not common activities are there. So the data can be represented through any graph, be it a pie, line, table, or chart. Now, what is it? Okay, now let's begin writing. So we have already gone through the information provided by the IELTS, by the IDP, and we have also gone through the graphs. Right, now there are few questions you should be asking to yourself before you start writing your introduction. What are these questions? Number one, the first question that you should be asking to yourself is data type. What data type it is? Is it the percentage? Percentage can also be written as proportion or ratio. Percentage can be proportion or can be written as ratio. In certain cases can also be written as share. Is it the number of something, or is it the amount of something? Number can be number of people, number of graduates, totally depends on the data. Amount can be in any quantity, it can be the amount like in terms of money or maybe quantity of something. So it's not just the amount or quantity maybe. So you can say data either can be percentage, number, amount or quantity. Now what is here in this case? It's of course it's percentage. So it's not number, it's not amount, it is the number. Okay. The next question is whose data it is. Of course, you know that it's a data of boys and girls, but is it the data of all the boys and girls or any specific set? Because usually these graphs, they represent the data of a specific set of people. Now here in this case, these are the data of the boys and girls, and you can also say you can also replace boys and girls with both sexes or genders, right? So who basically take part, or you can say participate. Keep thinking in terms of synonyms or the replacement words. So in various, right? And now here is the thing. Now it says activities, but if you have a close look at the graph, you would see there is cricket, there is like sports like cricket, soccer, carom, right? And there are recreational activities such as music and reading, listening to music, right? So they basically it's a set of those boys and girls or both sexes or both genders who take part or participate in various sports and recreational activities. You can also write pursuits. Okay. Now third thing that you should notice or you should observe is the time. Is there any time limit given? Is there any year given? In this case, no. In this case, it is no. So only these two questions are important to write your introduction. Okay. Now there are few common replacements that you should be knowing it, or rather I should say very frequent words, frequent replacements that you would find. For example, if it is written chart in the information, replace it with graph, and vice versa. If graph is written in the information, use chart. Often the graph says show, as it is given here. You can see here it says show, right? So you should be using word instead of show. You can replace show with represent. Sorry. And you can also use words like depict. You can use illustrate. If there is a comparison, like in this case, you can use compare as well. So these are very common replacement. One more common word often you would find like maybe study, which is it's a replacement of research, right? Because it says study examining the preferences. So study, research can be study or study can be research, right? Now moreover you can also use the survey for that. Result can be replaced with outcome, or outcome can be replaced with result, anyways. But these are two important replacement. The first two one, the chart, like I said, right, the chart, this is important, and show. You can see the replacement words also. Okay. Now we have enough thing. We have already made the observation. Now start writing. We should start by paraphrasing the initial these 3-4 words. However, since number is not given before the graphs, and we do have numbers like 2 pi graphs are there, so we can use this in order to bring the variety. So we can use the 2 pi, should be pi, there is no replacement for that, but charts are there, right? So what word can we use? We can use graphs, right? Now show can be replaced with represent, depict, illustrate. In this case, compare, because it's comparison. You can also use represent if you want to, or depict maybe. So, the two pie graphs compare, and what do they compare? They compare. Now, write the data here, data type. This is the common template I am giving you. Now, you can say what is the data type here? Yes, percentage. So, the two pie graphs compare not just percentage, it is a specific. So, the percentage, right? The percentage of what? Percentage of all the boys and girls? No, a specific set, right? This is what we discussed. So, the percentage of both genders or sexes who participate in, yes, various sports and recreational pursuits when they are free, So, in their free time can be spare time. Remember those words. These are very commonly used synonyms. Spare time is for the free time. Very commonly used synonyms. So, this is how your introduction will be written. And don't worry about the length of the introduction. You don't need a very lengthy introduction. The right one, accuracy. You have to be precise and accurate. That's the first thing. Grammatically correct sentences, correct sentence must be used. Even if it is one sentence, it's okay for the even 9 band score task 1 introduction. So, only one sentence is enough. What does it say? And you can compare it with this one. Sorry, if you compare with the information, same thing it says, but you can see the language is different. The pie charts replaced with graphs, outcome replaced with compare, then it says study examining the preferences of boys and girls while opting for different activities in their free time. And here it says the same thing, but the words and the sentence structure is almost the same, but yeah, you can see different words are used. The two pie graphs compare the percentage of both genders who participate in various sports and recreational pursuit in their spare time. So, whenever you have graph, always first notice what data type it is. Is it percentage? Is it proportion ratio, share, or percentage, or is it the number of something, or is it the amount or the quantity of something? The second thing, whose data is it? Because usually, in most cases, it's a data of a specific set of people or thing, right? So, you should be knowing this thing. Third thing is, because often there is a like time, there is a timeline there. So, maybe data of any particular year and data of another particular year, or maybe in case of line charts you would find a duration 1 to 10 years or maybe more. So, if it is there, you should be writing it down. And how do you start writing? The first 4 words same, just replace them with the replacement words. If it is charts, replace with the graph. If number is not given here before the pie charts or graph, then you can give the number. If the number is there, like in this case it was 2, and then you should write the first thing after paraphrasing the initial information. You should be writing the data type. Yeah, you can see the data type. This is the first thing that I should be writing, the data type. If it is percentage, write the percentage. If it is number, the number. If it is the amount, write the number, the amount of something. Whose data? You can see it's data of both genders, and a specific set who participate in various sports and recreational pursuits when in their spare time. Here we have used in their spare time because no time limit is given. Had there be timeline, we would have given the time at the end of the sentence, like in 2010, for example, if the time is given, but time is not given here. So, yeah, one more thing, when you write the introduction, the question arises like what tense we should be using. If there is no time or the year given, you should be using simple present. However, you can use simple past as well, but I would suggest you to go with the simple present if no year is given. But if any past year, for example, in this case, if the data was of 2010, then you should be using the simple past tense, right? I believe it is clear, right? Okay, let's see another example.